Okay, you hear the music, so I hope you can hear me speak now. Okay, very quiet. Move the microphone closer. It is progress.
How about mine? Well, let us know in the chat if my microphone is any better than Dieter's.
Okay, let's start again. Welcome to Trivia Night.
Some minor technical problems.
Minor
We're a little
technical
rusty.
problems. I mean, I had to figure out everything again because I forgot how I put everything together. I tried a little new setup, put an external mic there instead of my headset. Maybe I'll go back to the headset next week again. Ich denke, ihr kennt alle die Regeln. Ich wechsle gerade wieder die Sprache. 25 Fragen, eine Bilderfrage. Die Bilderfrage solltet ihr in der Videobeschreibung finden, der oberste Link. Da gibt es auch einen Link für eine Bilderfrage, um euren Teamnamen einzugeben. Und dann gibt es noch 2 Formulare, zu denen kommen wir später. Die ersten 2 sind jetzt fürs erste Mal wichtig. Bilderfrage runterladen.
Yeah, so the same thing in English. You guys pretty much probably know how it runs already because you are the recipients of the chain of emails and spams that we were sending out all during the spring. So just a really quick recap, the picture round, the link to it is below, just in the area, the text area below the video. So download that and have a crack at it. You'll have the entire quiz to try and answer that. It's very seasonal this time. And you get a joker for that as well, so you can phone a friend.
With a joker.
But there's a catch. You have to only use audio. You can't send pictures of what is on the picture round to your friends, but you can call outside of your team for help if you can describe your way out of that. Also below the video, have a look at the links that are down there, and you'll be able to see one that says that's a place to enter your team name. So the best team name gets a +1 bonus point, and that's why we need you to submit it via the form on another link down there, so that we can judge it before the end of the quiz anonymously.
Es ist ein Quiz, es gibt was zu gewinnen oder es könnte was zum Gewinnen geben. Der Gewinner hat die Chance, eine karitative Vereinigung vorzustellen oder uns den Link dazu zu schicken. Wir stellen sie vor. Und im Idealfall würden wir uns wünschen, dass jeder Teilnehmer 5 € oder $5 an diese karitative Organisation spendet. Wir können das natürlich nicht überprüfen, aber es wäre natürlich eine tolle Sache, wenn das passiert.
So there is, since this is a quiz, obviously there's going to be a quiz winner, and the winning prize is that the team with the highest score gets to kind of advertise for their chosen charitable organization. And once you send it to us, once you submit it along with those forms, we will help advertise for it, we'll mention it, and the idea being that every participant in the quiz can donate €5, dollars, pounds, whatever, to the charity of their choice, possibly the one that's being advertised tonight. We calculated it out last time over the 12 weeks of the first season of this quiz, taking the average number of participants and trying to calculate roughly $5 or €5. We probably were right around 4,500 euros, 5,000 euros on to charity. So if everyone gives a little...
Contributed.
If everybody contributed every time they participated and our averages are correct, that's a good chunk of change to charitable organizations, a whole gamut of charitable organizations.
That would be a nice thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, wie auch immer, lass uns doch gleich einmal starten, und zwar hier Picture Round, falls ihr es nicht noch nicht gesehen habt, in der Videobeschreibung, ganz saisonal, 10 verschiedene Kürbisarten. Und weil es vielleicht doch sonst zu schwer ist, haben wir euch diesmal sogar die Namen hinzugefügt. Das heißt, ihr müsst das nur noch zuordnen. Mit ein bisschen Kreativität, kann man das schaffen, auch ohne jetzt allzu viel von Kürbis zu wissen, sage ich mal. Es gibt ein, zwei knifflige, aber im Großen und Ganzen alles möglich.
So if you've had a chance to take a look at the picture round already, you'll notice that it's a pumpkin quiz, and just to make sure that it's not too difficult to kick things off, we even gave you the names of the pumpkins in the corner. You just have to match up correctly which one is which. So you'll have the entire duration of the quiz to do that together with your team, or if you're playing alone. And we'll give you a question every 2 to 3 minutes or so, and there are 25 questions in total. Once we've worked our way through the entirety of the quiz, then we'll give you a few minutes to fill in the blanks of stuff that you wanted to come back to, and then we'll go through with you and give you the answers so that you can correct your own quiz and tally your own points, and then put your totals into another form.
Okay, Mikrofon wurde umgestellt, es ist jetzt direkt vor meinem Mund, es sollte jetzt hoffentlich wieder besser sein. Eigentlich ein sehr gutes Mikrofon, muss ich sagen, von dem her alles nur meine Schuld an technischen Einstellungen. Wie auch immer, also Bilderfrage, ihr habt das ganze Quiz Zeit und somit starten wir in Runde 1. Und hiermit übergebe ich an Gretel.
Oh, okay. So, question number 1 from the Hauptrunde from the main round. According to the Standard of Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC, 1 second is the duration of time it takes for a cesium atom to vibrate 9,192,631,770 times. Measurements of this process from about 50 laboratories around the world are sent to Paris, where they are collated and published, setting the timekeeping system for most of the globe. One country is the outlier, however, still operating on mean solar time. Which country is it? So, nach dem Standard der universalen Weltzeit UTC ist eine Sekunde die Zeitdauer, die ein Cäsiumatom benötigt, 9 Billiarden 192 Millionen 631.770 Mal zu schwingen. Messungen...
Milliarden.
Huh?
1, 2, 3.
Milliard und dann Millionen.
Ja.
Sorry. Messungen dieses Prozesses aus rund 50 Laboratorien auf der ganzen Welt werden nach Paris geschickt, wo sie zusammengetragen und veröffentlicht werden, wodurch das Zeitmesssystem für den größten Teil der Erde festgelegt wird. Ein Land ist der Ausreißer, das immer noch nach der mittleren Sonnenzeit arbeitet. Welches Land ist das? Viel Glück.
Viel Glück und bisschen Musik. Okay, das war Frage Nummer 1 und wir gehen auch schon zu Frage Nummer 2. Odysseus, bla bla bla, long Odyssey, bla bla bla. But what was the name of the island where Odysseus was king and eventually returned home? Odysseus, bla bla bla, lange Irrfahrt, bla bla bla, wir kennen es alle. Wie aber heißt Odysseus Heimatinsel, über die er König ist und auf die er schließlich doch noch zurückfindet? Okay, question number 3.
Oh, I get the short question. Wow, that's a surprise. Question number 3. Since 2014, Taiwanese-American electrical engineer and business executive Dr. Lisa Su has served as the CEO of which IT company specializing in semiconductors? Frage Nummer 3. Seit 2014 ist die taiwanesisch-amerikanische Elektroingenieurin und Geschäftsleiterin Dr. Lisa Su, CEO welcher auf Halbleiter spezialisierten IT-Firma?
Okay, question number 4. Considered the father of American landscape architecture and the innovator of the country's oldest coordinated system of public parks, whose design include the following: New York Central Park and Prospect Park, Chicago's Jackson Park, Washington Park, Midway, Plaisance and University of Chicago campus, Boston Emerald Necklace, Detroit Belle Isle Park, Milwaukee Lake Park System, campus of the University of California at Berkeley, the landscape surrounding the US Capitol in Washington DC. Ganzer Haufen von bekannter Parks. Er gilt als der Vater der amerikanischen Landschaftsarchitektur und als Wegbereiter des ältesten koordinierten Systems öffentlicher Parks des Landes, zu dessen Entwürfe die folgenden gehören, die ich jetzt nicht nochmal vorlesen werde. Unter anderem vielleicht das bekannteste New York Central Park. Wer ist der Architekt davon? Okay, and we're at question number 5. Heads up, this will be a reoccurring section. So, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a slew of new additions to this season, and we'll address them as they come up. As Dieter mentioned, the first of them being this literature category. The category itself, it'll always appear at question 5. And it concerns a book, a work of world literature, and we'll read a passage from one of the books that appears on this list, and you'll have to guess. So, the Boklubben World Library is a collection of classic literature compiled by the Norwegian Book Club, which endeavors to reflect the world's most important literary work throughout history. Below is a selection from one of the books on the Boklubben list. Name either the work in which it appears or the author who wrote it. You don't get extra points if you can name both. It's just 1 point. You get my respect if you can name both, but just 1 point. Before her marriage, she had thought that she had felt love for Charles, but since the happiness which she had expected this love to bring her hadn't come, she supposed she might have been mistaken. And Emma tried to imagine just what was meant in life by the words bliss, passion, and rapture, words that had seemed so beautiful to her in books. So, Frage Nummer 5, das ist eine wiederholende Kategorie, das wir immer wieder haben werden in der Zukunft. Es betrifft Literatur, also Werken von der großen Weltliteraturtradition. Die Bockluben Weltbibliothek ist eine Sammlung klassischer Literatur, zusammengestellt vom norwegischen Buchclub, der sich bemüht, die weltweit bedeutendsten literarischen Werke der Geschichte wiederzuspiegeln. Nachstehend findest du eine Auswahl an einem der Bücher der Bocklubenliste. Nenne entweder das Werk, in dem es erscheint, oder den Autor, der es geschrieben hat. Also
den oder die Autorin.
Oder die Autorin auch, ja.
Sorry. Wird nicht mehr passieren.
Das gilt leider nur für einen Punkt. Mein Kudos, wenn ihr beiden nennen könnt, aber nur für einen Punkt. Also jetzt der Ausschnitt. Vor der Hochzeit hatte sie fest geglaubt, Liebe zu ihrem Karl zu empfinden. Aber als das Glück, das sie aus dieser Liebe erwartete, ausblieb, da musste sie sich doch getäuscht haben. So dachte sie. Und sie gab sich Mühe zu ergrübeln, wo eigentlich in der Wirklichkeit all das Schöne sei, das in den Romanen mit den Worten Glückseligkeit, Leidenschaft und Rausch so verlockend geschildert wird. Erfolg.
I actually think the English translation might have been added a word to make it fair, no?
There are so many translations of these major works of literature.
So, okay.
To the question of translation, there are countless translations of these major works of literature. We tried as much as possible to find two selections that were as close as possible, that didn't give any additional clues in the English or in the German that weren't present in the other. So, yeah, I won't, the issue of translator is a whole complicated additional thing, but the selections were picked in order to keep them as close as possible to each other.
Flofi, no, we won't have any more Disney questions, unfortunately. No more Disney controversy.
There's plenty of other content that can start a debate if you're so inclined.
Question number 6. Butskashi, also called Kokboru, is a Central Asian sport in which two teams on horseback try to score points by pitching an object into the opposing team's goal. What is used instead of a ball? Buzkashi, auch Kokboru genannt, ist eine zentralasiatische Sportart, bei der zwei Mannschaften zu Pferd versuchen, Punkte zu erzielen, indem sie einen Gegenstand in das gegnerische Tor werfen. Was wird anstelle eines Balls verwendet?
Question number 7. This Swedish actor, filmmaker, and martial artist has a master's degree in chemical engineering from the University of Sydney and the Royal Institute of Technology, and received a Fulbright scholarship to MIT. He was also the European champion of karate in 1981 and dated Grace Jones. Who is he? Frage Nummer 7. Dieser schwedische Schauspieler, Filmemacher und Kampfkünstler hat einen Masterabschluss in Ingenieurwesen von der Universität Sydney und dem Royal Institute of Technology und erhielt ein Fulbright-Stipendium für das MIT. Außerdem war er 1981 Europameister im Karate und ging mit Grace Jones aus. Wer ist er?
Okay, question number 8. Though perhaps best known as the theme song for Monty Python's Flying Circus, John Philip Sousa's 1893 march was originally composed to honor an iconic American symbol. Its official title reflects this, as does a specific musical reference in the work's opening and trio sections. What is the name of the piece? Der Marsch von John Philip Sousa aus dem Jahr 1893 wurde ursprünglich zu Ehren eines ikonischen amerikanischen Symbols komponiert, obwohl er vielleicht am besten als Titellied für Monty Pythons Flying Circus bekannt ist. Sein offizieller Titel spiegelt dies wider, ebenso wie eine spezifische musikalische Referenz im Eröffnungsteil sowie Trioabschnitt des Werks. Wie lautet der Name des Stücks?
In case you want to refresh your memories of what the Monty Python Flying Circus theme song sounds like, Dieter's actually going to play it now.
You should turn off here. Okay, so just in case you have forgotten what the Monty Python's theme song sounded like, that was it. But and maybe if you listened close enough, you got the hint at the beginning of the piece. Aber ja, weiter mit Frage Nummer 9. The rich folkloric tradition surrounding the Japanese raccoon dog, or tanuki, features frequent visuals and literary references to the animal's supernatural abilities. These include the power to shapeshift, sing in human-like voices, walk upright, and produce mysterious drumming sounds called tanuki bayashi. In addition to its belly, what body part does the tanuki use as a drum? Die reiche folkloristische Tradition, die den japanischen Marderhund oder Tanuki umgibt, weist häufige visuelle und literarische Hinweise auf die übernatürlichen Fähigkeiten des Tieres auf. Dazu gehören die Fähigkeit, die Gestalt zu verändern, mit menschenähnlichen Stimmen zu singen, aufrecht zu gehen und geheimnisvolle Trommelgeräusche, sogenannt Tanuki Bayashi genannt, zu erzeugen. Welchen Körperteil benutzt der Marderhund zusätzlich zu seinem Bauch als Trommel?
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy.
Okay, question number 10. Potent potables.
Potent potables. This category we decided to keep, so we'll continue to.
Because if lockdown has taught us anything, potent potables are very important.
We do. We tried Sober October and started on the 19th and
18th. 18th.
counted every day. Obviously today we're back to non-sober October. Okay.
Because
question
it's
number
November.
10. Yeah, it's November, yeah. Potent potables. In 1780, Vice Admiral Edward Vernon became the object of scorn amongst his subordinates in the Royal Navy when he ordered the further watering down of the crew's rum rations. His nickname, referring to the grosgrain or grogram cloak he wore, was thus applied to the new rum water dilution, a term we still use today. What is it? 1780 wurde Vizeadmiral Edward Vernon, nicht Edward Norton, sondern Edward Vernon.
Potent potables.
Yeah, potent potables.
Is your mic off?
No. Should be working. Are people not hearing me?
Not very good, I guess. Keep talking.
Okay. We'll try this in German. We'll see if Dieter will turn it up a little bit to see if this works better. 1780 wurde Vizeadmiral Edward Vernon zum Objekt der Verachtung unter seinen Untergebenen in der Royal Navy, als die weitere Verwässerung der Rumrationen der Besatzung anordnete. Sein Spitzname, der sich auf den Grogram-Umhang bezog, den trug, wurde daher auf die neue Rumwasserverdünnung übertragen. Ein Begriff, den wir heute noch verwenden. Wie lautet er?
See, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more sleep. Hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Yeah. Okay, question number 11. This 20th century musician, born in New Orleans in 1900, received the most famous of his several nicknames for keeping pennies in his cheeks, using his mouth as a satchel, in order to conceal them from the other boys busking in the street. What was his real name? Dieser Musiker des 20. Jahrhunderts, der 1900 in New Orleans geboren wurde, erhielt den berühmtesten seiner zahlreichen Spitznamen, weil er Pennies in seinen Wangen aufbewahrte, wobei er seinen Mund als Beutel benutzte, um sie vor den anderen Jungen zu verbergen, die in der gleichen Straße umherzogen. Wie lautete sein richtiger Name?
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down. sky is falling down. Yeah, the sky is falling down.
Yeah. Question number 12.
Shapur II, also known as Shapur the Great, has the distinction of being Iran's longest reigning monarch from 309 to 379 Common Era. This achievement may have been made possible through the unique circumstances of his coronation. According to some accounts, what distinguishes Shapur II from every other monarch in history? Frage Nummer 12. Shapur II., auch bekannt als Shapur der Große, hat die Auszeichnung, der am längsten regierende Monarch Irans zu sein, 309 bis 379 nach Christus. Diese Leistung mag durch die einzigartigen Umstände seiner Krönung ermöglicht worden sein. Was unterscheidet Shapur II. Einigen Berichten zufolge von jedem anderen Monarchen in der Geschichte?
I mean, unfortunately, it's not his kick-ass mustache because others have one, but it's a kick-ass mustache.
He
Yeah.
actually, he kind of looks a little bit like Guy Fawkes. Happy bonfire night, everybody.
Happy bonfire.
There's a lot of colors, I don't know where to go. See a lot of colors, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors, lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through the maze. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea. Cannot take this anymore. There are a lot of voices drowning in the sea. There's too many voices talking back at me. There are a lot of choices waiting to be made. Too many choices making me afraid. Dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea. Cannot take this anymore. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by.
Okay, question number 13. It's got a cap motor, a 440 cubic inch plant. It's got cup tires, cup suspension, cup shocks. It was a model made before catalytic converters, so it will run good on regular gas. Name the model of the 1974 Dodge sedan used as the Bluesmobile. And bonus point! While the car can perform seemingly impossible stunts, flipping backwards in midair, flying over open drawbridges, and early scenes reveal the one part of the car that does not work. What is it? As a bonus point. Es hat einen Bullenmotor auf 350 PS aufgeblasen, hat Bullenreifen, Bullengetriebe und Bullenstoßdämpfer. Es ist ein Modell, das vor dem katalytischen Konvertern gemacht wurde. Es läuft also mit Normalbenzin. Nenne das Modell des der 1974er Dodge Limousine, die als Bluesmobil verwendet wurde. Bonuspunkt. Während das Auto scheinbar unmögliche Stunts ausführen kann, in der Luft rückwärts zu fliegen, über offene Zugbrücken zu fliegen, enthüllt eine frühe Szene den einen Teil des Autos, der nicht funktioniert. Welcher ist das? Easy question. Easy. Easy.
While you're on the open sea, cannot take this anymore. A certain shade of blue will always remind me of you. Trying to figure out how I'm supposed to get through. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea, cannot take this anymore. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea, cannot take this anymore. Cannot take this anymore. Cannot take this anymore. If I could start the story from the end, then maybe I could end all this pretending. I'm not too sure of everywhere I've been. This medicine keeps telling me I'm winning. Oh Maryland, where have you been? I've been looking for a place within. Oh, this carousel is spinning me. I've been up and down through heaven and hell. Did I arrive too late? Did I make you wait? Now tell me where you've been and everything you see.
Seriously, shame on you, Flofi. But anyway, we continue with question 14, even though I'm like flabbergasted.
Okay, question number 14, that's me. The climate-controlled vaults of the Credito Emiliano Bank in Montecavallo, Italy, contain 17,000 tons of a unique type of collateral accepted by the bank as a security for loans for a period of up to 24 months. With a history of use as a financial instrument dating back to the Middle Ages, what is the item in question? Frage Nummer 14. Die klimatisierten Tresorräume der Bank Credito Emiliano in Montecavallo, Italien, enthalten 17.000 Tonnen einer einzigartigen Art von Sicherheiten, die von der Bank als Sicherheit für Kredite mit einer Laufzeit von bis zu 24 Monaten akzeptiert werden. Welches ist das fragliche Objekt dessen Gebrauch als Finanzinstrument bis ins Mittelalter zurückreicht.
If I could make it out of here alive, if I could pack up all my souvenirs, but I am gonna stay just one more night, so I can trick myself like you were here. Oh Marilyn, how have you been? I've been looking for a place within, on this carousel, keep spinning me up and down through heaven and hell. Did I arrive too late? Did I make you wait? Now tell me where you've been and everything you've seen. Did I arrive too late? Did I make you wait? Now tell me where you've been and everything you've seen. They say you should try to find yourself, get stuck in the valley. They say never try to hide yourself, but I spent all of my money on. Did I arrive too late? Did I make you wait? Now tell me where you've been and everything you've seen. Did I arrive too late? Did I make you wait? Now tell me where you've been and everything you've seen.
Okay, question number 15. Dumb crime. New category. A fraud case in Uttar Pradesh, India made headlines earlier this week when two men were arrested following a string of criminal deceptions. The latest victim, Dr. Liak Khan, paid around 7 million rupees or 81,000 euros or $94,000 for what object promoted as a unique relic capable of conjuring a being who could grant its owner rich and good fortune. Definitely want to buy that. Excuse me for that mistake. Anyway, you can read the English version, so I will go ahead with the German one. Ein Betrugsfall im indischen Uttar Pradesh machte Anfang dieser Woche Schlagzeilen, als zwei Männer nach einer Reihe von kriminellen Täuschungsmanövern verhaftet wurden. Das jüngste Opfer, Dr. Liak Khan, zahlte rund 7 Millionen Rupien, 81.000 Euro oder $94.000, für welchen Gegenstand, der als einzigartiges Relikt beworben wurde, das in der Lage ist, ein Wesen zu beschwören, das seinem Besitzer Reichtum und Glück bescheren kann.
Question 16. Until the 16th century, the Catholic Church condemned the use of which now common utensil as an excessive delicacy? Frage Nummer 16. Bis ins 16. Jahrhundert verurteilte die katholische Kirche den Gebrauch welchen heute üblichen Gebrauchsgegenstandes als übermäßige Kostbarkeit.
Okay. Feel somebody has strong feelings about that.
I wish I had a little more time with you, baby. Time to figure out what this could be. I dreamt of a life in a small town that wasn't enough for you somehow. I just wish I had a little more time with you, baby. Weeks and months and years they passed, and I knew it wouldn't last. When tears streamed down my face, my mama said, all the nights that end in heartbreak gonna pay off someday. And the pain that you're feeling gradually fades away. 'Cause growing up, falling in love, giving your all might not be enough. Just trust your head and your heart. That's what my mama said. I wish I could freeze this moment, just never let it end. Walking through the snow when you're taking my hand. All of those late nights on your couch when we just talked until midnight. I just wish I could freeze this moment, babe. Weeks and months and years they passed, and I knew it wouldn't last. When tears streamed down my face, my mama said, all the nights that
It's you. Is it me? Oh, it's me. Question number 17. A handful of countries around the world have adopted mythical creatures as their national animals. Dragons are a popular choice. Wales, Bhutan, China. As are birds, Hungary, Portugal, Greece. But what kind of creature is North Korea's Kianlima or Kolima? Eine Handvoll Ländern auf der ganzen Welt haben Fabelwesen zu ihren Nationaltieren gemacht. Drachen sind eine beliebte Wahl, zum Beispiel Wales, Bhutan, China, ebenso wie Vögel, Ungarn, Portugal, Griechenland. Aber was für eine Art Kreatur ist Nordkoreas Kianlima oder Kolima?
someday. And the pain that you're feeling gradually fades away. 'Cause growing up, falling in love, giving your all might not be enough. Just trust your head and your heart. That's what my mama said. Weeks and months and years they passed, what used to be home. Passing by those little towns I know so well. Stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel again. Driving is like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. Neon lights in the fast lane light, riding high, reaching
You're
for
right.
the sky.
Obviously, we are still a little bit caught up in this minor election going on in the background, so we sometimes
We're checking the results and
minor
speculating.
election, I would say. But
yeah, as we have.
anyway,
through the
question
last
number
days.
18.
Yeah, question 18. Ink balls. It's about ink balls. Ink
Balls.
balls used used to apply ink to the text block in pre-industrial printing presses were historically made out of dog leather. Why? Frage Nummer 18. Die Druckbälle oder Bälge, die mit denen in vorindustriellen Druckmaschinen Tinte auf den Textblock aufgetragen wurde, waren in der Vergangenheit aus Hundeleber hergestellt.
Leder.
Leder. Das habe ich. Did I
Close
say
enough.
Leber?
Leber, ja.
Hundeleder hergestellt. Und warum?
Fell back down again. Spent my time playing the game where every single day was a losing battle and every drink was a dead end. Eyes on the goal, don't lose control. I'm living fast, I've lost my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. How did I get caught? The walls are caving in. How come I got lost in this endless spin? Why do I feel so empty deep within? Where did I go wrong? Eyes on the goal, don't lose control. I'm living fast, I lost my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day, heading back to what used to be home, where every mile is a new beginning.
Okay, question number 18. 19. It's opera time. And no, it's not, because we're chucking opera time category. This is a goodbye to opera. The Red Boat Opera Company, a traveling group of Cantonese opera performers, instrumental in the late 19th century uprising against the Qing dynasty, pioneered the Qing dynasty, pioneered the derivative combat style of Wing Chun to fight government troops. To what family of Chinese martial arts does Wing Chun belong? Die die Red Boat Opera Company eine reisende Gruppe kantonesischer Operndarsteller, die maßgeblich am Aufstand gegen die Qing-Dynastie Ende des 19. Jahrhunderts beteiligt war, leistete Pionierarbeit für den abgeleiteten Kampfstil des Wing Chun im Kampf gegen die Regierungstruppen. Zu welcher Familie der chinesischen Kampfkünste gehört Wing Chun?
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel
Okay, question number 20.
Number 20. As
Replacing
you will
the
have,
super popular, easy to answer opera question.
let it never be said that we don't take into account your thoughts and reflections on this quiz. Yeah. So opera apparently not terribly popular. We replaced that category with actually a new category that I'm pretty excited about.
I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, and we already have a really fantastic example of what we're looking for in the future with Dr. Susanne Neumann.
Dr. Susanne Neumann.
who's
Not
going to
my-
be
Not
doing-
Master Susanne
Not
Neumann.
Master Susanne.
Dr.
Yeah,
Susanne Neumann.
Doctor, Frau Doctor, who's giving us our very first inaugural guest question.
Let's hope this works.
Hallo Freundinnen und Freunde der Naturwissenschaften. Heute gibt es ein Experiment fürs Pub-Quiz und zwar folgendes, ihr müsst es dann erklären. Ich habe hier 2 Plastikflaschen,
So for the English
beide
speakers,
zur Hälfte mit
she has
Wasser
2
gefüllt
bottles
und verschraubt.
filled half with water.
Jetzt
They're
schüttle ich
closed,
beide
and now she's gonna shoot it. What is gonna happen? Look carefully.
und wie ihr seht, passiert Folgendes.
One
Die
of them
eine, da
inflated,
tut sich
the
nicht
other
so
one
viel,
doesn't.
bei der anderen,
Why?
die wird eingedrückt. Und ich frage euch jetzt, warum ist denn das so? Viel Spaß beim Raten.
So, in case you didn't hear me for the English one, she had 2 bottles, half filled with water. Both were closed, so they're at the top. She was shaking the bottles, and after she shook them, One of them inflated, compressed, excuse me. To answer this question, you have to tell or know why. This is the question. And thank you to Dr. Susanne Neumann.
Drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me.
So, thank you very much again, Dr. Susanne Neumann. This basically is also the introduction to guest questions. If you look in the video description, you will find at the very last form is you can submit a guest question. You can either do this, as Susanne has done, with a video, or you can just write it in. If you have any great trivia question that you think, oh my God, this would be a great... Sorry, I've watched too much Fargo lately.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Jeez, this would make a
but
real
if
great
you have
question.
a great trivia question, please submit it. We'll do at least one a week. And what I would really love if we can get together, if you play an instrument, doesn't matter what instrument, I would ask, pick a song, should be a popular song, it shouldn't be nothing like, shouldn't be country specific, but like internationally known. Play it on your instrument, send us the video, and hopefully we'll get a couple of entries, and we can do kind of a music quiz, because right now I can't do a music quiz because of YouTube licensing. I can't really play any melody because YouTube will like say, oh, copyright infringement, blah, blah, blah. So
no vocals, ideally, in order to make it a little bit difficult for the people listening. But if you can somehow play it on an instrument in a way that is evocative of the original song so that people might be able to guess what the song is, yeah, we'll accept any kind of audio file or video would be even better of you playing the song, and we'll include it as a question for people to recognize.
if you want to be really amazing, like send us a video of you playing the song, and then for our answer round, play it and maybe with vocals. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, so as you can see, we're trying to encourage you to get more involved in this, the process of putting together this quiz. We really love submissions like Susanna's with the video question that makes you guys think. And plus, there's the bonus advantage if you do submit something that you can count on a point for yourself if you're playing that week.
Also, if you do it in a riddle outfit like that, you get an extra point. No question asked. No question asked. Anyway, we continue to question 21. I don't know. Yeah. During the construction of the Washington National Cathedral Northwest Tower in the 1980s, the children's publication National Geographic World held a contest to determine the design of some of the structure's grotesques, along with a raccoon, a pig-tailed girl with braces, and a man with an umbrella. Which fictional villain was selected as one of the winning proposals? Während des Bau des Nordwestturms der Washington National Cathedral in den 1980er Jahren führte die Kinderzeitschrift National Geographic World einen Wettbewerb durch, um das Design einiger Grotesken des Bauwerks zu bestimmen. Welcher fiktive Bösewicht wurde zusammen mit einem Waschbär, einem Mädchen mit Schweineschwanz und Zahnspange und einem Mann mit Regenschirm als einer der siegreichen Vorschläge ausgewählt?
Yo, raising the Tobagos, we growing like fresh tomatoes. Them boys on fire, too fuego, we pass it round hot potato. Everything is new wavo, I'm with my sweetie like Quavo. Need my cheese, need that queso, need my bread, need that bankroll. Wake up, yes Lord, I'm thankful, another day on my schedule. Steady blocking the devil, I tell a hater, God bless you. Cherish moments that special, you gotta keep the momentum. If you love me, then I love you, and I could never forget you. Some memories don't fade, sometimes you miss the old days, but nothing changed unless you change what's around you, how you think, how you live, how you speak, how you walk, how you blink, how you talk, how you teach, how you reach, let it sink. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Through the pain, what's your plane? Is it plane? On a plane? Hydroplane? I'm just playing. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Did it pain? What's your plane? Is it plane? On a plane? Hydroplane? I'm just playing. A beat by Joby, feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi, cause I'm a star and they can't hold me like I'm Kobe in the fourth. Yeah, nothing is ever forced. We headed straight to the source. No middleman, little man. Let me show you if you was lost. Took couple college courses, but I ain't finished that shit. Been chasing dreams since 17, so yeah, I've been on my shit. Yeah, we loaded up the vault and had to empty the clip. Remember days we wasn't paid and had to roll up the clips. Now the herbs be extra strong and they come in a zip. People say we taking long, but we ain't rushing with shit. Put the plans in God's hands and he gon' bless us with riches. I ain't tripping over shit because I'm watching my step. Putting money on the phone, could dab and call and collect. All on respect, I can't lie, I'm just here for a check. Just to build my family out and to buy a family house. A lot of people only talking, put your money where your mouth is. Some memories don't fade, sometimes you miss the old days, but nothing changed unless you change what's around you, how you think, how you live, how you speak, how you walk, how you blink, how you talk, how you teach, how you reach, let it sink. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Through the pain, what's your plane? Is it plane? On a plane? Hydroplane? I'm just playing. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Did it pain? What's your plane? Is it plane? On a plane? Hydroplane? I'm just playing.
Yeah, exactly, Anthony. Get Dr. Susanne Neumann some booze, please.
I want someone who looks at me like Gretel looks at Peter after he brings her a drink.
Anyway, question number 22. You are on.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. A little distracted by the hilarity that's happening in the chat feed right now. Question number 22. Since its introduction through papal reform by Gregor XIII in the 16th century, the Gregorian calendar has become widely used throughout the world. Which calendar did it replace? Frage Nummer 22. Der heute weitgehend übliche Kalender ist der gregorianische Kalender, der im 16. Jahrhundert durch eine Reform von Papst Gregor XIII. Eingeführt wurde. Welchen Kalender hat er damit abgelöst?
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that say stick up. I told him I'm a flicker. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up.
Look, straight from the mud like Ruby. Straight to the stage, they love me. I understand they hungry, but please don't hate, that's ugly. I've been sliding, shaking, moving. I've been popping in my city. Shawty say she love the way we do it with me. I be too turned up to ever give a fuck. I ain't come to argue, let a nigga fuck. They been talking pennies, I need bigger bucks. About to catch a flight, I need to switch it up. Got that black boy joy, might do my dance on him. Take no disrespect, might put my hands on him. Hit this chicken, now she wanna marry me. But she gon' need some closure and some therapy. Came back to the city with my bank account on F. Giving rappers hell, I know they happy that I left. Hit the south in winter, I just put down my deposit. 82 degrees, I left that jacket in my
Bill,
closet.
I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that say stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up.
Hey, look, came in with the what's that? Left out with the who she? Laying game like 2D, I been kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Margarita to the brim tip, black denim need a slim fit. Same people that I flex with be the ones that I'm in the gym with. I'm a living legend, you a dead cause, and I'm dead ass. No, I'm dead, right? Leaving early, but I'm early night. Long and short to keep the head right. Teed up out in Malibu, got sand all in my good shoes. Press a nigga with the pessimism, but I only came for the good news. I am the show that they came for, hitting the target I aim for. We've been discussing the contract.
Okay, we're nearing our end. Question: if you haven't done so, please enter your team name into the first form. That's the second link in the video description. And we are off to question number 23. It's a Star Trek question. Hope Simone is watching. In the 5th season episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, Captain Picard plays a musical instrument of Resican origin. When the non-functional prop went up for auction at Christie's in 2006, it fetched $48,000 US dollars. What kind of instrument was it? In einer Episode der 5. Staffel von Star Trek, The Next Generation, spielt Captain Picard ein Musikinstrument resikanischer Herkunft. Als die nicht funktionsfähige Requisite 2006 bei Christie's versteigert wurde, erzielte sie einen Erlös von $48.000. Was für ein Instrument war es?
Telling they get what they paid for. I am not fucking with poverty. Really, it started to bother me. I need the yacht with the property that come with the view that you gotta see. Came up from the basement, hit the rooftop with a passion. Bad bitch with some good credit and a good sense for the fashion. Dope blowing with the left hand, ass gripping with the right hand. Uber share to the airport, I'ma hit you back when my flight
Bill, I'm in
land.
the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that say stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up.
Okay, question number 24. Oh, we're nearly at the end.
Almost there.
Oh my god. Almost there.
Gosh. Yeah, we finished the third season Fargo recently. So, question number 24. Using around 1% of total global lumber production each year, who is the world's largest single consumer of timber? Frage Nummer 24. Wer ist der weltweit größte Einzelabnehmer von Holz, der jedes Jahr etwa 1% der gesamten globalen Holzproduktion verbraucht?
Where y'all from?
ISO. Indies. Yeah. Live free, speak your piece. Stay humble in these streets, yeah. In these streets. Let's go. Playground parks with the trees and the cars. Brownstone buildings with the kids on the porch. Murals on the walls for the ones that we lost. Bodegas on the corner, let me see what's in store. Subway stations with the maps and the cars. Summer cookouts, uncle got the sandals on. Statue of Liberty, we holding up the torch. If they ask where I'm from, tell them this is New York.
We from the home of the biggie, people blowing they ciggies. And these girls going wild cause they flashing they is litty. Watch your steps cause these blocks be. We grew up on that bad boy in 96 with Diddy. Take a walk, come with me. Let me show you what really go down. Fiends on the corner, every hood got a deli or crowns. Cops pull us over, it don't matter if you black or you brown. City never sleeps, this the place that where hip hop was found.
Playground parks with the trees and the cars. Brownstone buildings with the kids on the porch. Murals on the walls for the ones that we lost. Bodegas on the corner, let me see what's in store. Subway stations with the maps and the cars. Summer cookouts, uncle got the sandals on. Statue of Liberty, we holding up the torch. If they ask where I'm from, tell them this is New York. I look around as I'm viewing the city. Skyscrapers and bridges, bright lights, fast life, Manhattan living. Crossover downtown, welcome to the concrete. The Nets to Barclays, the Mets to Yankees. Ubers and yellow taxis. And while I'm fitted with some butters, we her savvy. When tight jeans was baggy. From JFK to LaGuardia, city that never sleeps, insomnia. Home of Junior Mafia, word. Playground parks with the trees and the cars. Brownstone buildings with the kids on the porch. Murals on the walls for the ones that we lost. Bodegas on the corner, let me see what's in store. Subway stations with the maps and the cars. Summer cookouts, uncle got the sandals on. Statue of Liberty, we holding up the torch. If they ask where I'm from, tell them this is New York. Brooklyn. BK all day, BK all day. We go hard, yeah. What's up? Brooklyn, BK all day, BK all day. We go hard, yeah.
Let peace stress free. God got a bigger plan for you and me. Let peace stress free and let it be. Let peace stress free and let it be. Yeah.
Oops. Okay. Last question. If you haven't done so, please put your name in the table. Or for team names, we will select the favorite team name very shortly after this question. But one more question to go. Question number 25. In the world of 3D printing, the benchmark for determining the quality of a printing job is Benchy, a downloadable public domain design with challenging geometric features that can highlight problems in the printing mechanism. Last week, researchers at Leiden University 3D printed the world's smallest Benchy, which measures just 30 micrometers in length. about 1/3 of the thickness of a human hair. What kind of object is benchy? 30 micrometers. That's insane. In der Welt des 3D-Drucks ist der Maßstab zur Bestimmung der Qualität eines Druckauftrags benchy. Ein herunterladbares, öffentlich zugängliches Design mit herausfordernden geometrischen Merkmalen, die Probleme im Druckmechanismus hervorheben können. Letzte Woche haben Forscher der Universität Leiden den weltweit kleinsten Benchy in 3D-Druck gedruckt, der nur 30 Mikrometer lang ist, etwa ein Drittel der Dicke eines menschlichen Haares. Was für ein Objekt ist benchy? This is our last question of the quiz. Please fill in your team name. Bitte gebt euren Teamnamen ein. Letzte Frage des Quiz. Wir geben euch jetzt ein bisschen mehr Zeit und wir melden uns dann zurück mit dem besten Teamnamen und den Antworten für die restlichen Fragen natürlich. Jetzt habt ihr noch mal ein paar Minuten Zeit. Good luck. Und ja, wir hören uns in Kürze.
a bright white gold. They made us lose our focus. The very same hands that formed us. Go build a better tomorrow. For you I'd make it a rainbow. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one's perfect. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you are bright white gold. With you by my side, I'm not worried. I think we'll be able to find ourselves again. Blank expressions, empty words. Nothing can keep me away from you. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one told us. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you were bright white gold.
Team name. Okay. welcome back.
We got a bunch of great submissions this time. Several of them made us laugh.
I guess we're gonna start with runners-up. Runners-up in no particular order. Just biding our time.
Yeah, just by
For real.
Call out for that. We got Pump My Kin is another good one. Gnomes to Plume. We really like that one too.
But
we were also really great. We were very happy to see the recurrence of a couple of names that we recognized from last season
hey,
as
patient
well.
0 points. Love it that you're back.
Home on the Range, welcome back. But the winner of the +1 point for team name this week is
Still married. I know it's always a great name for the current times.
We found it very topical.
Very topical. Still married.
Still married. Okay, so best team name goes to Still Married. You guys can add 1 plus point to your total score. Congratulations. Now we're going to go through the answers one by one, and you are going to correct your own answers and tally your own points, and then enter those scores into the sheet available at the link
And no
below.
cheating.
No cheating, obviously. So picture round goes first. And we're returning to this Curbis quiz, this pumpkin kind of matching situation.
And the first one is the Blue Max.
The Blue Max. There were a couple of images on the picture quiz that maybe you were trying to pick between for the Blue Max and another one.
Tough between whatever the black one was.
Yeah, the black one was a tough one too. So the next one, question number 2 on the picture round. This one, the white pumpkin, is called a Casper, like Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Crazy, look at that pumpkin.
Yeah,
It's so
bright white, ghosty pumpkin. So question number 3,
Best
big
team-
ass pumpkin.
Sorry, hang on, we got a question. Best team name went to Still Married.
Still married. Yeah. So question number 3 on the picture round. We've got the pumpkin that has to be carried by the tractor because some of these examples of this
Jeez.
pumpkin can weigh over 900 pounds. This is Dill's Atlantic Giant. Hopefully in the name you were able to pick out some kind of clue that led you in that direction. Number 4. in the
Number
picture
4
round.
is now the Black Futsu.
That's a Japanese pumpkin that has kind of a blackish skin.
Not to change with the, what was Blue
The Blue
Giant?
Max.
Blue Max.
Blue Max and Black Futsu, very similar shades. So hopefully you
5
guys were
was a
able to
dead
see.
giveaway, in my opinion.
Number 5, I think so too. That's the peanut, and that's because of these kind of woody like growths, these warts on the skin. They look like peanuts. That's where the pumpkin variety draws its name. So number 5 is peanut. Number 6, also something of a giveaway, I think, is the red warty.
Yep, red warty. Yep,
If
definitely giveaway.
If
Even
you're
from
paying
the
attention
inside,
to the,
yeah.
the name of the English name of warty, you could probably figure out that this one had some warts on
Number
its skin.
7, I'd say another dead giveaway. I mean, come on. Tiger. Here. Look
Orange
at the
and white
stripes.
stripes, yeah. We got some stripes on there. So that's the
That
tiger.
one, tougher.
Number 8.
I guess if you got all the other ones and that one's left, that's how I did it, and to be honest. That's how I came up with Fairy Tale.
I thought the fairy tale one looked the most like Cinderella's coach, the pumpkin in the Cinderella's coach story.
Oh,
So
I guess, okay.
it looks the most like a fairy tale pumpkin. So that's where fairy tale, I think, comes
Well,
from.
That's me not liking Disney movies because of all the singing.
Question number 9. This
shame,
one
shame.
might have been a tough one. I can easily see how it would have been swapped out with
Yep.
question number 2 because the two are very similar in shade. But this one is the porcelain doll. And it's because it has that like pinkish kind of tint to its skin.
Yep. I initially, when I was presented with the quiz, I mixed them up because it was like, ooh, second one with that white, like looks so clean, must be porcelain.
Maybe porcelain.
That's porcelain queen.
Yeah, this one kind of resembles skin color a little bit more.
And then we have number 10, the turban.
Yeah, the shape of the pumpkin itself resembles kind of a turban hat.
Yeah, totally can't see that.
The headdress.
But thanks for explaining.
Not just the design on the pumpkin skin, but actually the shape of the gourd. So
Thanks.
in summary, we've got this page that shows you
there
the
we go.
answer time picture round with all of
1
the
point
names.
per.
1 point per. So maximum of 10 points
Yep.
for this round.
So I expect a lot of high scores today. I
Yeah.
guess. And question number 1, according to blah 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 blah. And
Coordinated universal time. We were looking for the name of the country that does not use UTC, and that was Denmark.
the Danes. What the
Danes.
hell?
Yeah, they just never got around to it. Apparently, they just the legal process of putting it in place. They never got around to. So you can always expect them about a quarter of a second late to every meeting.
As long as it's not more, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So blah 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 blah. We all know the story. Blah blah blah. The island Odysseus hails from, and finally gets back to, Ithaca. Also a college in upstate New York, I guess.
Yeah, Ithaca.
Ithaca.
That's the name of Odysseus's home island.
And shout out, even if he's not listening, some of the questions, or a couple of them, go to my brother, and he framed like that. I loved it. But this is blah blah blah. So I kept it like that because
We weren't sure if that was intentional, but we love the phrasing, so we just kept it because we thought it was hilarious. So thank you to Roman for submitting a couple of the questions this evening. Question number 3 concerned the CEO of an IT company named Dr. Lisa Su, and we were looking for the name of the IT company that specializes in semiconductors.
AMD Advanced Micro Devices. And if you're looking to upgrade your desktop right now, AMD just released like Ryzen 5000 series and just saw the benchmarks today. Oh boy.
He had his headphones on, and I was in another part of the room, and all I kept hearing were like, oh my God, holy shit, oh my God.
Holy shit, Intel got just fucked. Seriously?
So
Whew.
if you're looking for recommendations on specs on a computer, if you want to build it yourself.
So if I had
him.
just like 1,000 euros on the side, no, there's cheaper versions, but the top of the line product is like 800 or so, plus motherboard, so 1,000. Boy, would I go for AMD right now. Plus, they also released new graphic card season. We don't have the benchmarks there, but keep on the lookout. Praise to Lisa Su for like bringing AMD back and making AMD competitive again. Thank you. I mean, if you're not a computer nerd like I am,
I had no idea. I don't know who
you won't appreciate
company
it,
is.
but gosh, do I appreciate Lisa Su for bringing back AMD and making them competitive. Anyway, question number 4.
Question number 4. We were looking for the landscape architect who was responsible for all of the listed landmarks, and his name is Frederick Law Olmsted. So if you were able to get Olmsted, then you can give yourself a point. The designer of Central Park, very famously, also a number of other places and campuses, parks, etc., around the United States. Frederick Law Olmsted.
Frederick Law Olmsted.
Father of landscape architecture.
Question number 5, a literature question of the day. And
You get 1 point if you can identify either the work itself or the author.
so you don't get 2 points.
Unfortunately.
You don't.
Just 1 point up for grab in this one.
DOD
You
and
just
T.
get my respect if you're able to identify both, but just 1 point up for grabs here.
Madame Bovary, or Frau Bovary, is the title of the book, and the author is Gustave Flaubert.
That's right.
So if you haven't done so yet until the next quiz, you better read up on your literature.
You can feel free to look at the Book Lubin list as well. I mean, there are many, many, many books on that list, and I have already selected a couple of major titles from there and read through those tomes of world literature, and maybe you'll recognize something.
Question number 6. Butsukashi, also called kokburu.
Kokburu.
What they use instead of a ball, well, what they use is either a headless calf or goat carcass. Also kopflosen Schlachtkörper eines Kalbs oder einer Ziege. There's a great documentary on Netflix.
What is it called? Some kind of sport documentary. It's like a 6-part.
Yeah, there's
limited
one.
series.
It starts off with something in Italy about like very brutal, where they basically beat
Each
themselves
other
up.
It dates back to the 14th century or something.
In Florence. But this was also there, and we saw this like a couple of months back, and pretty exciting. I mean, you see the horses; they aren't too big, but they have to be very
sturdy, sturdy little
maneuverable.
ponies, and very kind of foot sure and maneuverable, because these guys are hiking this like 90-pound calf carcass that is, they still use in competition the carcass of a goat or a calf that's like stuffed with sand in order to make it heavier, and they chuck it into these big cement round kind of goal areas. So they use their legs to like pin it to their horse. It's a fascinating sport. Mostly, I think the Netflix series focuses on it as it's played in Kazakhstan.
Dr. Susanne Neumann asked, do we get a point for deer cadaver?
I think because we allowed either calf or goat,
I would say no.
I would say no, because there were 2 options. I mean, it's not a deer cadaver is like, it's pretty close, but
Could
it's
be a
not
rabbit,
like
you
a
know,
wolf
easy.
cadaver or a rabbit cadaver, or like, I think a little bit more specificity.
So, sorry, Dr. Susanne Neumann, you already get your 3 questions anyway. Question
Sturdy
number
Little
7.
Ponies is the name of my cover
The
band.
Swedish actor.
This weirded me out a little bit because there was some odd like reference to it in the feed, in the chat feed.
Yeah, which wasn't there totally.
Tangential. It wasn't quite there. I think the chat feed referenced Rambo 3 and not Rocky 3. But
Ivan Drago.
considering
Dolph
that the answer
Lundgren.
to this question played Ivan Drago in Rocky 3, it was a little bit surprising.
I totally didn't recognize him in Aquaman, which
Yeah.
was a horrible movie to start with.
It's an Aquaman. Dolph Lundgren's comeback, you guys.
Horrible movie. Supposedly, it got some eye candy if you're really into it, but I mean, I didn't recognize Dolph Lundgren. It's not like Ivan Drago. Look at that guy.
Ivan Drago looks like a video game character. Like, he does not look real.
Oh, please. Anyway, Dolph Lundgren was the character we looked for.
Yeah. Dolph Lundgren.
Also, Masters of the Universe. Yes, that is
Apparently
correct.
He played He-Man.
He played He-Man.
It's crazy.
2 Masters.
He has 2 Masters.
Anyway, Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Can you also, sorry, to stay on question 7 for just another little half second, like the pictures that I found of him dating Grace Jones, like all of the other people in the photo frame were like half their height. And if I had expanded this picture out, you would be able to see that the next person who's standing next to them is probably 2.5 heads shorter than the 2 of them. It's crazy.
I mean, that also means, considering Sylvester Stallone is like pretty short.
He's pretty short. There are frames from the film of Dolph Lundgren, of Ivan Drago next to Rocky, and Dolph Lundgren is like a good head and a half taller than Sylvester Stallone. I mean, he's definitely over 6 feet tall. Anyway, question 8.
Question 8. Monty Python's Flying Circus March is called, if you have listened closely, you heard the bell, and it's the Liberty Bell.
It's called the Liberty Bell March. The Liberty Bell March by Philip Sousa doesn't have the flatulent, like, raspberry at the end that the Monty Python guys insert for their
And fun fact, I
song,
mean, it's
but-
not written down here, but how many, like the last 4 presidents got it played at the inauguration?
5 of the last 7 presidential inaugurations had this played by the Marine Band during the inauguration ceremony.
I mean, it can only be maybe by January we know who's going to be the next president.
Maybe by January,
Who knows? Anyway, will he play the Liberty Bell?
I-
That's the
If
title.
I were there in person, I would just be cracking up the entire time I heard this. I wouldn't
Would
be
be
able
funny
to
if
take
everyone in the
take it
crowd goes like,
seriously.
Oh boy, I'll leave that to you.
Okay, question number 9. This is a question concerning the folkloric character of the tanuki, who appears in Japanese folklore as the raccoon dog, an actually existent animal species. But the way that he appears in folklore is kind of exaggerated in certain aspects. One of them is the magical abilities of a certain part of his body that he drums on in order to produce these noises called tanuki bayashi. It's not just his belly, it's his scrotum that he drums on. The scrotum of the tanuki bayashi apparently is quite enlarged and quite magical in that it hangs down and represents like fertility and fecundity and like financial excess, etc. But also occasionally, even in the film, for instance, that you see a screenshot of here, this Poru, I think his name in the film, sometimes they can use it as like a parachute, or they sling it over their shoulders like a backpack. So that is the scrotum. Is what we're
Oder
looking
der
for.
Hodensack.
Yeah.
Question number 9 was our potables. I mean,
Question 10.
question number 10. Basically, we gave the answer way in the text. If you
read closely enough.
If you read closely and have read anything with pirates, you'd be like, oh, grog.
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 Grogram. Grosgrain is one of the terms for this cloth. The cloth itself, I included an image of it in that kind of diagonal ribbon. And grosgrain refers to a type of cloth that has a broader weft than the weave. The weave is a thinner fiber and the weft is a thicker fiber. In this case, it's wool and silk. And apparently this guy, Vice Admiral Edward Vernon, wore a cloak made out of this grosgrain or grogram cloth, and that's where they got this grog name from when he cut their rations. So grog is what we're looking for that. Which, by the way, if you want to make a grog, and it's kind of a seasonal beverage actually, you just need to mix some water with some rum, basically, and add some kind of citrus juice, to combat the risk of scurvy. Maybe some sugar to it to taste. There you go. That's grog.
Okay, question number 11. Supposedly that was a easy one. I didn't know it. Who was the guy using his mouse as satchel? Satchel mouse?
Satchel mouth is, it became shortened as Satchmo. Satchel mouth became Satchmo, and Satchmo was was probably the most well-known nickname for Louis Armstrong. Satchmo.
There you go, JB. That was for you. The guy with the amazing mustache. Look at that.
Yeah, who kind of...
His So what was different, or according to some accounts, what distinguished Shapur II from every other monarch in history? Well, he was crowned in utero, like before he was even born. So that's why it's debatable, because like, how could they know it was a boy back then? But anyway, that's the legend,
According
I guess.
to the legend. Some historians debate this. As you mentioned, if he were a born female, obviously that wouldn't be the case. And there is a 13th century depiction of the coronation as him as an infant. But at the time, most of the accounts from the time relate that he was crowned in utero, making him the only monarch in world history that was crowned in utero. All right, question number 13. One of your favorite movies.
Yeah, still can't
And this
believe
one
it.
had a bonus
Florian.
point available.
2 points for this.
Yeah. 2 points up for grabs.
So the name of the model of the 1974 Dodge sedan used as Bluesmobile, it was that was the tough question. I think the bonus point was the easy question, to be honest. Like, bonus point was like, yeah, sure, I knew that. It was
We were
Dodge
looking
Monaco.
for the sedan model, yeah.
Dodge Monaco. So Monaco is the answer for question number 13. And bonus point was cigarette lighter, which was thrown out of the window in as soon as Jake tried to lit a cigarette, and was like,
Early in the movie.
Early
in
in
the
the
first
movie.
5 minutes of the movie, Jake tries to light a cigarette. It doesn't work. That's the one part that doesn't work. He chucks it out the window. All right. So if
Gosh,
you
I
got
missed this movie.
both of those, then you got an additional 2 points, because there were 2 points up for grabs for that one.
Blues Brothers 2000 was okay. I mean, it's got still pretty good music. I mean, considering the musicians who played in it, like, hell yeah. But like,
By the way, this movie there's so much popular trivia surrounding this movie. It's really amazing. Like, this movie set a film production record for the amount.
whoa. Maybe we get back to it in another
Yeah,
trivia.
we're not.
Whoa. We might. So, always looking for questions. So, this is like,
Not every quiz is going to have a Blues Brothers movie question.
maybe not. Maybe we will. So, if you have a chance, watch it. Just because it's a great
Oh my
movie.
God. Okay. Question
I
14.
hate Illinois Nazis.
Yeah, Illinois Nazis. So.
I hate them. Anyway, question 14.
This was about the object that is accepted as collateral for loans up to a period of 24 months at this particular bank in Italy. And up to 24 months might have been a little bit of a hint for you, because that's the time period that it takes to ripen for a wheel of Parmesan. We were looking for a round of Parmesan cheese. So Parmesan cheese is accepted as actual collateral at this bank. One round is given like a serial number. It's stamped. They also considered accepting wine and prosciutto, but those are a little bit difficult to like mark with a serial number in the same way permanently, in the same way that Parmesan round is able to be marked. So Parmesan cheese, and each of these rounds that weigh like 80 kilos, they are worth about 300 euros and are accepted as collateral. All right.
Okay, question number 15. I mean, come on, that was that giveaway. A being who could grant its owner riches and good fortunes. Reichtum und Glück beschworen. Of course, it's Aladdin's magic lamp, or Aladdin's Wunderlampe.
Yeah.
Just gotta rub it hard enough, which probably
The
Dr. Leak Khan didn't do enough, because
Yeah, maybe
otherwise it would have worked.
Dr.
Because
Khan probably, yeah.
Aladdin's magic lamps totally work.
The
Duh.
So that image is actually one that was published by the Uttar Pradesh Police Department, because that was what they seized from this intervention. And apparently this was like the 8th or 10th time that these fraudsters had taken advantage of someone. And they worked in a team of 2. One of them would kind of rub the magic lamp, and the other one would be conjured as like the genie who would offer wish granting abilities or whatever. So the doctor who purchased this realized when he got it home and tried to rub the lamp that the genie was not materializing, and that's when he called the police.
Well, what a surprise.
Yeah. Ruh-roh.
You go ahead.
Oh, okay. So question number 16, we were looking for the super fancy utensil that the Catholic Church was like, no, in the 16th century. That was the fork. The fork was initially totally written off by the Catholic Church as excessive and an excessive delicacy.
Got 5 fingers. Why do you need a fork with
Yeah.
only like...
They literally the refutation of the Catholic Church said God granted you 2 fingers already, and it would be flying in the face of God's will if you were to use something as a metal replacement for your 2 fingers as a fork.
Oh my God, religion. So, what kind of creatures in North Korea's Kianlima, Kolima, oder ja,
Chanlima? Maybe?
maybe?
Chanlima?
It's a flying horse.
It's a horse that flies and is able to cover the distance of a li in a single bound, which is
Boy, oh
apparently a
boy, oh
distance
boy.
that is quite far. And it's on postage stamps, and there's quite a large statue in Pyongyang, and it's all over the country. References to this mythical creature. This is the chosen national animal of North Korea. Okay, ink balls. We were looking for the reason why dog leather was selected as the preferred leather for ink balls in pre-industrial printing processes prior to when they switched over to rollers. And that is because dogs, you might remember, do not have sweat glands in their skin.
Yeah,
They
I totally
have
remember that.
sweat glands in their paw pads, but the skin on the rest of their body does not have eccrine glands. Eccrine glands being the type of glands that are necessary for secreting sweat. So because they don't have those sweat glands, the leather is smoother and sucks up less of the ink, and then also leaves fewer little holes on the text when it's applied.
So, keine Schweißdrüsen. Question number 19. To what family of Chinese martial arts martial arts does Wing Chun belong? Zu welcher Familie der chinesischen Kampfkünste gehört Wing Chun? I mean, how many Chinese martial arts do you know? My answer was, Kung Fu.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, I was
It
right.
was right, yeah. The big umbrella martial arts family of Kung Fu also contains Wing Chun. And interestingly, Wing Chun originated through this opera company that traveled around by this red boat called the Red Boat Opera Company. You can see in the bottom right corner of the slide, there's this like wooden dummy that was erected on the poop deck of this boat for training the action stars in this opera company, the actors who would have to do like action sequences. And that became kind of a derivative martial art type that, for instance, Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan ended up learning and being practitioners of. So Wing Chun is a pretty major derivative of Kung Fu today.
And with that, we say goodbye to our opera category. Let's have a minute of silence. And that's enough. Question number 20. Oh boy, that was
Our guest question.
guest question by Dr. Susanne Neumann. Let's see if you got the answer. I kind of got it mostly just by thinking about it for a while, so hopefully you got it too. So here is the answer by Dr. Susanne Neumann in German, and I will then translate it.
So, ihr habt es ja richtig erraten. In der Flasche ist einfach nur Luft. Die andere Flasche war allerdings mit Kohlenstoffdioxid zusätzlich gefüllt. Und ich zeige es euch auch noch. Ihr seht hier die Kerze. Und was passiert, wenn ich das ausschütte? Die Flamme wird ausgelöscht.
So, first, really need a cameraman because just need one. The answer to it was in the one bottle there was CO2 in the bottle, which gets, when you shake it, it dissolves, and that's why the bottle, it doesn't inflate, it compresses. So I'm not sure you have this in the US, the SodaStream company or not. It's basically you use whatever beverage you have, you can infuse CO2 into it by like screwing it on, and then you have those, little CO2 canisters, and you infuse it. So this way you just like put it in the top of the bottle, close it, and if you want to impress your kids, I mean, you heard it. What? That's how you do it. So if you got something like there was CO2 in the top of the bottle, give yourself a point, I would say. And thanks again to Dr. Susanne Neumann, not Magister Susanne or Master Susanne Neumann, Dr. Susanne Neumann. Dr. Susanne Neumann.
Thank you for being our first guest questioner. You did a fantastic
job. We
job.
hope for repeats.
Yeah. Great job.
Question number 21.
Yeah. This concerned the Washington National Cathedral, and we named a couple of the winners of this National Geographic World Contest to determine some of the structure's grotesques or gargoyles that would go up on the cathedral as it was being built. And we were looking for one specific one, and it was the third place prize that went to a fictional villain who was selected as third place, and that was Darth Vader. So if you go to the Washington National Cathedral, you can actually locate, first you can take a grotesque tour, and it takes like an hour, and they will point out all of the grotesques that have been submitted by people in the 1980s, and some of them include like the ones that were listed. A raccoon is right next to the Darth Vader grotesque. This one is by far the most popular.
I mean, religion, blah, 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 fuck that, but that's pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, putting a Darth Vader grotesque on a church, kudos to that. I like it. I really liked it.
There's
cool.
also a yuppie that like is in reference to the stockbrokers in the 1980s on Wall Street. There's
American Psycho.
Inspired by more or less the same kind of Bonfire of the Vanities type character.
Okay.
Yeah. So, really interesting kind of take on how to create the grotesques in America.
Okay, question 22. The Gregorian calendar was
replaced. The Gregorian calendar replaced which calendar?
And it's the Julian calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Caesar.
By the way, there are a couple of places on the globe that still use the Julian calendar.
No.
Yeah, the Orthodox Church, like the Russian and Greek Orthodox churches, still use it to determine when Easter falls, for
Oh
instance. So you can go online and type in, like, today, I did this today, actually, a calculator to determine what day today is in the Julian calendar. It's the 321st day of the Julian calendar today.
300 what?
321st day of the Julian calendar.
I mean, that's not too far off from
It's
the...
not too far off. It's about 2 weeks off, I think.
2 weeks with like, what, 40 days
I mean,
left?
it was like a 2-week
I guess,
period that disappeared with the introduction of the Gregorian calendar.
Ooh, Star Trek.
Star
what
Trek.
What kind of instrument did Captain Picard play? What is it? It's a flute. Eine Flöte.
A Resican flute.
Nicht irgendeine Flöte.
Not just any flute.
Eine
A
resikanische
Resican
Flöte.
flute. It's the one
Whatever
that was
that means.
sold at Christie's at auction was not capable of being played. But
Or, I mean, is it a flute or is it a recorder?
it's referred to as a Resican flute. And Picard refers to it as a flute.
Sounds better than a recorder.
It does kind of look like a recorder.
Definitely looks like a recorder to me.
But it's metal. And I don't think that I've ever seen a metal recorder.
Interesting. Well, maybe next time. Okay.
Musical scrotum. Number 24. So we were looking for the who was the world's largest single consumer of timber. And we had, interestingly, in the chat feed, we had a question about like whether this was a country or if this was, what kind of entity this was. And it's...
Couldn't give it away.
We couldn't, yeah, we were trying to figure out how to be a little bit more specific without giving it away. So we couldn't say, obviously, that it's actually a company. It's a company that you'll probably
And now you're like,
recognize. Oh, yeah, probably no. Yeah,
face palm.
It's IKEA.
Probably all, yeah.
IKEA uses about 1% of the total global production of lumber every year. So
I
if
mean,
you were
just
able
need to look around this apartment and be like, oh yeah.
1, 2. Is that that's not from IKEA, is it?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Is it? Those shelves are from IKEA. This couch is from IKEA. That chair. Your desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
My chair
a
isn't.
fair amount. The bar chairs are from IKEA.
Bed is IKEA. The wardrobe is
The bed-
IKEA.
Yeah.
Kitchen, I don't
The
know, but
the kitchen isn't IKEA, I don't think.
definitely a lot of IKEA.
Yeah, we've got a fair amount. Also in the utility closet, we've got IKEA. All of the furniture in the front hall is IKEA.
Not the chairs.
That's true. The chairs are not IKEA. Yeah. So IKEA is the name that we were looking for.
Okay, last question.
question.
Benchy. What kind of object is benchy? With like 30 micrometers. I mean, 1/3 of the thickness of a human hair. I mean, a 3D printer. It's pretty impressive. I mean, it's a boat. I mean, I guess this image is a image of what it looks like. I mean, 30 micrometers in a 3D printer.
That's tiny.
That's tiny and that's pretty impressive. I mean, look at that thing.
The way that they did that was by firing a laser into a water droplet. That's what it said in the article, at least. I don't really understand how that works, but...
How is that 3D printing then? No, I don't know. But, gee, I mean, anyhow, 30 micrometers.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was question 25.
So you're going to need to total up the number of correct answers that you were able to accrue and input that number into the table available underneath the video at the link down below.
Said something.
I think it's the third link down below available under the video.
At the end of the quiz, we would ask you to fill out the form below. That's the link you have to do right above. Good luck.
Yeah. So just input the total number that you got correct. Obviously, team still married. Give yourself 1 extra point for best team name. And over the next 3 or 4 minutes, you guys should be filtering in your
A couple of other questions I ask. You can fill them out. You don't have to fill them out. Like, if you feel you're winning, you should definitely put down the charitable organizations you like to promote. And don't forget, last link in the video description is the one you can submit questions, and or in that form you can upload files up to 1 gigabyte, which is pretty great.
which is
for you.
a good quality video.
I mean, that's like, please don't upload gigabyte.
yeah, that's like a 15-minute long video at
In
a really
like
fairly
HD.
high resolution. So don't necessarily upload a gig worth of video, but if you are interested
Susanne
in
Neumann's video
contributing
was like
something
50
similar to what Dr.
megabytes.
Susanne Neumann contributed tonight, then we would love to have you as a guest contributor. In the next couple of minutes, take the time to tally your answers and enter your total point value into that table, and we will announce the winner shortly.
In the meanwhile, you will get some tunes. Okay. Looks like we got a winner. And here are your results. And the winner is...
Wait, we got to do third place and second place first. Third place, we've got Just Biden Our Time. Congratulations to that group: Juliet, Ron, Catalina, Tara, Catherine, and Jeff, with 23 points, who chose Doctors Without Borders for their charity. In second place, we've got the original Quizly Bears with 24 points. Anna, Charlie, Anna, Raymond, Gabi, and Toby, who chose the Rotenazem. And our winners for this evening with 25 points are the 5 members of Georgia on My Mind: Meredith, Ramon, Jody, John Allen, I can't remember. John Allen, I think I pronounced it right the last time. I can't remember. Sorry, John Allen. And Amy, who selected the Wikimedia Foundation as their charity. And this is the foundation that provides all of the content and management of the Wikipedia page.
And we all use Wikipedia.
On a regular basis, yeah. So they keep
Obviously not
information-
for scientific purposes, because hell no, definitely not Wikipedia. Dr. Susanne Neumann would not approve.
You wouldn't be able to cite it for like a scientific paper, but it is free information that is readily available all over the globe. And they not only provide access to it and also compile it, but they also figure out a way to verify the information that is on there. So not just reader-based, but they have a system by which articles are kind of collaboratively reviewed by people who are trusted within the Wikimedia community. So if you are interested in donating to the Wikimedia Foundation, we will put the link up on the video feed for you to access directly there. Congratulations again to Georgia on My Mind for your win this evening.
So, yes, that was our quiz. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I do hope if you enjoyed it, you will donate to Wikimedia. We will put the link in the video descriptions shortly after the video ends. As you can see in the video description, there's another link. Again, I mentioned it. If you have any good questions, if you want to submit like a music piece, you think, hey, I play this instrument and this would be great as a question, and we can't otherwise use music to a certain extent. Like, I hope music today was better than last time. But anyway, we would like to have like a music trivia kind of thing, but we need you for that, or in general questions. Dr. Susanne Neumann was a great source today, and I heard she has another quiz question already lined up.
If you'd like to submit something similar, then we would be very happy to receive it and to feature you in a future quiz. So we're looking forward to seeing you next week.
What? In 2 weeks, most likely.
What?
To be determined, but most likely in 2 weeks, I'd
We'll
say.
send you the link. In any case, if we don't see you next week, we'll definitely see you the week after and the week following that, because we're planning a special Thanksgiving episode that might take place at a slightly earlier time in order to kind of accommodate cooking. We might have it featured in the kitchen.
Unfortunately, this year around, we won't be able to host the Thanksgiving at our place as we have done in the last couple of years. So we thought maybe we'll host it
Like
a
a
trivia
virtual cooking trivia situation.
out of our kitchen. So if you want to join us, and I know it's going to be tough for the US-based ones, we'll try to do it late afternoon, which is still early morning for the US. But
That's about when you put a turkey in the oven.
if you want to join us, it's going to be probably a more laid back, probably going to be a lot more food questions. But if you want to join us and maybe stuff our tummies together, let's do it. November 26th.
So we'll let you know if we have a quiz next week. We definitely will have one in 2 weeks, and we'll hopefully see you then. All right. Thanks for joining us this evening. Bye, everybody.
And thanks for participating. Congratulations on the winners from Hamburg again. So, yeah. Also, don't forget to donate if you enjoyed.
Great job.
Bye.
Bye.